And then,
Ready?
yeah, I'm ready to do this. You?
Let's do it.
Sweet.
Welcome back, everybody. My name's Ricky. This is Brendan. Together we're ETFW, and tonight we just wrapped up filming at Windy Gully. Windy Gully is located in the Illawarra region, just south of Sydney.
Now, we did get some amazing footage. It's been an incredible video that you guys will see shortly. Now, if you did like this video and you would like us to explore some of the other areas around there, lots of abandoned mines, dams and such, please do give us a like on this video to let us know. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Now, that being said, let's roll the footage.
Let's do it.
Alright guys, we just got into the Windy Gully Cemetery. We're just going to head in, show you guys around, go over a bit of the backstory, some history of the place, and then do a bit of an investigation.
Alrighty guys, so just got done filming a little bit of B-roll around the area to show you guys what the cemetery looks like, I guess. As we said, it's not a very big cemetery, a lot smaller than the St. Mark's Cathedral at Picton, way smaller in fact. Now we're going to go into a bit of the history on the place, a little bit of the backstory and some of the stories that we've found online. Now, we don't necessarily know if all these stories are true. This is just what we've read and this is the information that we've managed to find. We don't necessarily know how long Windy Gully has been reported as haunted for, though a lot of the stories do originate from the early 1900s. Now, in particular, in 1902, there was a freak explosion in a mine and 96 miners lost their lives inside that mine. Now, ever since those miners lost their lives in 1902, strange happenings started occurring around the town. People started reporting seeing weird things, apparitions, weird feelings. One in particular was 6 months after the event of that mining explosion, one of the office clerks' wives from the company who owned the mine, she actually committed suicide. Now, it was late one night, she came into a room with her children, 6 children and a husband, and slit her throat with a razor blade. Now, there's speculation and rumor that perhaps she had, involvement with one of the miners who died in the freak accident, but no one's really too sure. Not long after her death, a miner was actually on his way to work, passing through the cemetery where we are now. He apparently claimed to have seen a lady in a white flowing dress, and when she approached him to talk to him and turned around, when she went to speak, her mouth and throat was gushing with blood. Now, there are a lot of other stories around the town. There's been a lot of other murders and deaths and freak accidents. There's been reportings all around this area. Again, we don't really know how much of it is true, how much of it is just wives' tales, but that's kind of why we're here tonight. We're here to investigate, show you guys, we're here to see if any of it is true, if we can capture anything on the paranormal on camera. There's also one other spot here tonight we're going to try to go to. We're not 100% sure if it's the right spot that we have in mind. Regardless, we're going to take you along anyways, and it is called the Ghost House, or otherwise known as the Satan House or the Devil House. Essentially, this was a home where rumored, band of Satanists had lived, and they would do all sorts of things, some satanic rituals, just very weird and creepy stuff there. Apparently has pentagrams painted all over the inside. Now from our information, it is all boarded up. We're not able to get in, and unfortunately it is trespassing if we do go in, so we could potentially go to jail from that. So we're not going to go inside, but we are going to try to take you guys along to the outside, show you around it. So I think with that said, we're going to jump into an investigation here in the cemetery. We've brought with us a few tools, EMF reader to kind of scout around, see if we get any hits, pendulums, Ouija board, dowsing rods. We're going to try a couple of different methods here, see what works, and show you guys. With that said, let's get into it. First thing we like to do with a lot of investigations is take out the EMF reader. Now, although we've said a lot of the times we don't necessarily rely on the EMF reader a lot, it has time to time worked for us and came in quite handy. We use it more of a scouting tool to kind of go around the environment and see if it picks up on any way in particular. And then usually if we get any hits or we get any activity, we usually do an investigation there. So I don't have any electronics on me. The only thing I've got is a little flashlight. I don't think it's going to pick up anything on the EMF reader. We're going to take you guys for a little walk around. Let's see if we get anything. These are believed to be some of the mass burials of some of the miners that lost their lives around here. While we're doing this, I might just attempt to call out if there's any spirits here and put out a call to anyone and just see if there are any spirits here that would like to communicate with us tonight and see if we can get any hits on this. If there are any spirits here tonight, any of the 96 miners that lost their lives, or any spirits of the past or present, anyone that lingers here, if you'd like to come out and communicate with us, we'll be here for a short while. We would like you to come and speak to us. We'd like to know your story. We don't mean any harm. This device in my left hand, if at any time throughout the night would like to communicate or you'd like to make yourself known, you can put your energy into this device, make it spike for me. Like I said, if anything's here, we invite you to communicate. Right. There's been nothing around any of these graves. Really, there shouldn't be any electromagnetic frequencies out here. There's no power lines above us. It's just clear sky surrounded by bush. So really shouldn't be any interference with this. So if this goes off, it's most likely going to be a spirit or some form of electromagnetic frequency triggering it. Alrighty, so no hits walking around with the EMF, nothing really unusual there. But what we're going to do is, there's a little bench up here. Now, some of the stories that we've heard about this bench is people have just sat here and gazed off into the cemetery at night. Now, they've claimed to have heard weird noises, seen things, and I will add on that, we're both, our eyes are playing tricks on us. I think just the place is very eerie in general. There's a lot of negative energy around here, and it's no surprise we're probably picking up on some of that. From everything we read online, everyone says the same thing. It's a pretty creepy place, and I can kind of see why. But we're going to jump into a dowsing rod session. I'm going to take a seat on the bench here and just kind of really relax, try to put my energy out there, really try to invite any spirits in to communicate. And let's see if we can contact any of the miners or any of the spirits who lost their lives here. And let's see if we can get something on camera for you guys. Let's do it. Got the dowsing rods out. I will say, yeah, we're definitely getting eerie feelings here. I think the creepiest part of it all is I can't see behind me at all. I've got the light in my face. I can't see anything that's going on behind me. I've got the EMF reader just sitting to the side, so if it spikes at all during the investigation, you'll be able to see that. I'm not going to be able to see it, but you guys will. With that said, let's get into a dowsing rod session. Let's see if we can contact anything. And yeah. If there are any spirits here with us tonight that would like to communicate, I ask you to put your energy into these dowsing rods and move them for me. Now, if there are any spirits here and you'd like to communicate, are you able to cross these rods over in front of me? I can feel you pushing on these rods. If you're able to cross them completely in front of me, don't be afraid, don't be scared. Perhaps you haven't spoken to anyone in a long time. Perhaps you're nervous. You can cross these rods. Feel them bouncing now. They're going really slowly. Thank you. Thank you very much for crossing the rods for me. Thank you for coming out to communicate. Are you able to straighten these rods back out in front of me? And we'll continue to ask some questions. If you can move the right rod, straighten it back out in front of me. To the spirit that I'm communicating to, were you involved in the tragic incident in 1902 in the mine explosion? If so, are you able to point both these rods to my right-hand side for me? Again, to the spirit I'm communicating to, if you're involved in the tragic incident in 1902 in the explosion in the mines here, you're able to point both rods to my far right-hand side. If you weren't involved in that mining accident, can you point the rods to my left-hand side? Both rods to my far left-hand side?
Right one's gone.
Are you able to make the rod in my left hand as well go to my left-hand side? Make it go more to the left? I ask you to put all your energy into these rods.
Yeah, it's gone.
So it wasn't involved in the mining accident.
What if it's us? It's the woman.
Yeah. To the spirit I'm communicating to, are you a female by any chance? If you're a female, are you able to move just the right rod to my right-hand side? Okay. To the lady spirit that I'm communicating to, there is a rumor or a story that has happened here, a story that has been told here of a lady who tragically committed suicide by slitting her throat. I don't know if you're the lady of that story, but if you are you able to make the left rod go all the way to my right-hand side? So you're able to make just the left rod go all the way to my right-hand side if you're the lady who took her own life? It's a very tragic story what happened to you. We are wondering though, is this a dangerous place? Are we in danger by any chance of being here? Are there any malicious spirits here, or are you friendly? Are you friendly if we keep talking to you, or are you angered? If there are any malicious spirits here, can you point both rods to my left-hand side? If you are a friendly spirit, can you point both rods to my right-hand side? So again, if there are malicious spirits here, or if you mean us harm, or you do not wish to talk to us, able to push both rods to my left-hand side, and if you're friendly, both rods to my right. They're going to the left. That's not what we wanted. To the spirit I'm communicating to, we'll try to make this conversation quick for you, and we hope we haven't offended you by any way in communicating and reaching out to you. If you can shed some light on perhaps why you committed suicide, why you felt the need to. Did the events of the explosion in 1902, did that mentally scar you? Was it to do with the explosion and the lives that were lost in the explosion? Is that the reason why you committed suicide? If so, are you able to cross these rods in front of me? crossed. Were you perhaps intimately involved, or did you have strong feelings for one of the miners who lost their lives in 1902? If that was the reason, are you able to point both these rods outwards? So make both rods go outwards back towards my body? Oh my goodness, man. I moved a little bit towards the end then. So my hands are sweating. Guys, just want to recap on the questions. So we know that it was the lady who slit her throat and committed suicide. Actually, I got a question. This is pretty creepy, to be honest. And to the lady that we're communicating with, I have a question for you. And there was a story of a miner who claimed to have seen an apparition of a lady in a white flowing dress in the cemetery. And when she went to speak, there was blood gushing from her throat and mouth. She then later disappeared before he could get any closer to her. Was that you revealing yourself? If so, are you able to point both rods to my left-hand side? Man.
I mean, that's fully left.
I was going to shake off. My hands are sweating.
Ask if she can reveal herself to us.
Yeah, I'll try that.
We'll just ask normally, without the rods.
Spirit that we're communicating with, are you able to reveal yourself tonight to us? We're not sure if you have the ability to. From what you've told us, it seems like you do. Be able to make a sound or something near us. To the female spirit that we're communicating to, I have a few more questions for you. Do you mean us harm tonight? We know that you've said there are malicious spirits here, but are we necessarily in danger tonight? If we are in danger, if our lives or if we're physically in danger, are you able to point both these rods to my right hand side for me? I just heard those steps.
Okay, that's right.
Man, I swear I keep hearing something over there.
In a sense, I feel like this is creepier than Jenny Dixon.
Yeah. I say what we do is we just off camera hang around the cemetery for a bit, just see if we feel anything weird, see if we pick up on anything weird. Let's just put the camera down and just maybe sit or something, see if we can really immerse ourselves in the environment. If
maybe try and communicate a bit.
Yeah, I think so. If not,
I'm telling you now, I just heard a woman cry. But not like Jenny Dixon wailing, I mean like crying. And for some reason I'm crying. I've got tears coming in my eyes for some reason. I swear I just heard like a person whimper. Like, let's camera off, maybe try a bit of a seance, try and communicate.
Yeah. If we don't get anything, we're going to head over to one of the abandoned houses here, the ghost house, and we'll continue the night a little bit there. But yeah, we're going to try to sit a little bit off camera and see if we pick anything up. Man, I'm feeling weird.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, we'll pick it back up in a sec. Alright, so we just sat around maybe for about 20-30 minutes. Again, our eyes are just, I think, playing a lot of tricks on us tonight where...
Oh my god.
What was that?
I have no idea.
Did you hear that?
Yes. There it is there. Yeah, I didn't see anything, man.
What the fuck was that? The camera's got to have picked that up.
Must have.
I don't know, man. That's fucking creepy. Holy shit. Right as we start filming, literally. So as we were saying, guys, we just sat for about 30 minutes. And in that time, our eyes were playing tricks on us, kind of hearing weird things. But nothing too crazy. That was really weird what we just saw. I don't even know how to describe that. But I think we're going to get out of the cemetery now. Then we're going to head off to the ghost house. There's an abandoned house just down the road here. Apparently that's where the Satanists lived. But before we head out of the cemetery, just want to say thank you to the lady that we're communicating with. Truly is tragic how you felt the need to take your life. It's a very sad story. You know, I'm sure your 6 children, I'm sure they miss you dearly. I'm sure your husband misses you. You know, if you can, head towards them, be with them. You know, if you can move on, you know, do so. With that said, thank you for communicating tonight, and we wish you a happy rest. All right, let's head to the ghost house. Alright guys, so we just got up to the area where the abandoned houses are, where the ghost houses are. We're not going to be able to do an investigation here just because there are a lot of houses right next door to them. We don't want to wake those people up. So we'll have a bit of a look around and show you guys the places. Let's go have a look.